Hi, my name's Andrew.
And my name's Austin. Our dad is sick with M.E.
We are praying for him.
I wish I could play sports with him.
I wish I could play football with him.
Austin and Andrew, April 9th, 2007, 6 months and almost 3, and Daddy is taking them on a laundry basket ride.
On your mark.
Dad, go!
Go! Let's go again. Whoa, spin around. Ready?
Andrew says, keep in mind I just ate. Andrew looks a little bit like Austin did at this age. Andrew looks just like Austin did. He's not cracking his smile. Here we are, April 18th, 2007. Tom just turned 30. We have a filet steak meal. And now this is our after dinner festivities with Austin and Andrew dancing and playing and laughing. And here's one of their little tricks that's fun to watch.
Okay, ready? Austin, we'll count to 3 and then we'll run into each other. Ready? Watch your house. Yeah.
Love me to the nth degree, Lord. Show me empathy, Lord. Let me know that you still love me. Pull me through these rugged hills, Lord. Let me do your will, Lord. Let me know that you're still with me. Somewhere in this deepest forest, there's a light that's shining for us. All we have to do is find the way. And all of these competing voices, offering conflicting choices, bewilder my wanderings each day. Love me to the nth degree, Lord. Show me empathy, Lord. Let me know that you still love me. Pull me through these rugged hills, Lord.
We trust God because He is holy,
And he loves us,
and He is good.
and he has a plan for us.
I've been sick for 6 years. ME is myalgic encephalomyelitis. That's stands for muscle. Algic is pain. Encephalo is brain. Myel is spinal cord. Itis is inflammation. It's a neuroimmune disease that unfortunately has also been called chronic fatigue syndrome, and it has nothing to do with fatigue. I'm sick. I'm not fatigued. I spend 22 hours in bed on average per day, and that is due to functional limitations and orthostatic intolerance, which means I have to be laid back with my feet up off the ground due to blood flow issues. And what it feels like to have ME is it's a living torture. I have pain in my central nervous system. This developed in probably year 2 of my illness, and my illness has gotten worse because in the last year, that's when I've started averaging 22 hours a day in bed. Prior to that, 6 years ago, it was disabling when and I didn't even have the symptom of neuropathic pain like I do now. And so I probably spent an average of 16 hours a day in bed then, and it's worse now. The neuropathic pain, what that feels like is that my entire central nervous system is toxic, that it feels like it's decaying, and it comes in waves throughout the day of severity, and it's intolerable at its worst. And then when it dissipates some, I still feel sick, like the flu-like immune feeling of when you have the flu and you're on the couch. That's what I feel like after the pain level is removed. I have that flu-like feeling. This illness also doesn't have any FDA-approved treatments. So the only thing I can do is try to minimize the symptoms with drugs that are not very effective, and they're doing nothing to treat the underlying illness. If the pain and the flu-like feeling weren't bad enough, there's actually a functional limitation here and then a payback factor that the more I'm on my feet on one day, the next day I'll be in bed more because of the recovery and what's called post-exertional symptom exacerbation. So that means the more I do, the sicker I get. Physical exertion or mental exertion will make my symptoms worse, either immediately or for a prolonged crash that can last days or weeks. Or I've recently come out of a 4-month crash, and some pain is worse during that time. I'm in bed more, I feel sicker, and I have shorter functional windows. And the functional windows are what I depend on to keep my sanity. Those are the hour or two that I might get in a day, or maybe every other day. You might see me during these times. Maybe I'm able to come to church or go to the doctor or do an errand. Maybe just get downstairs for dinner or watch watch my son's baseball games. But there's a payback for it afterwards. So that's one of the things that makes ME disabling, is the post-exertional cost. So I'm exercise intolerant, People, the Mayo Clinic, for example, doesn't get it. They prescribe exercise therapy, graded exercise therapy. That actually makes patients with ME worse if they have the hallmark symptom of exercise intolerance or post-exertional symptom flare. And it's documented with exercise tests, the immune response that happens, and the oxygen delivery on day 2 of that challenge that a patient with ME has. It's consistent. Day 1 they can do fine. Day 2 they are worse off than patients with heart failure. So that's what I'm dealing with the payback from when I'm up and about and you see me and I look fine. That doesn't last.